We were not ashamed, but kind of like стеснялись,
We were embarrassed.
embarrassed to say I'm Jew openly.
It was some prejudice, definitely. And I mean, it was also a little bit institutionalized, like they couldn't, get into university.
We knew what we can do, what we cannot do, and we even didn't try. Anatoly started to use his wheelchair like he was 12. We lived in an apartment on a fifth-story building on the fifth floor, no elevator. I had to carry him up and down every day.
There were no services in Ukraine for people with disabilities, unfortunately. You can't imagine those wheelchairs. People could not get where they need.
In Odessa, he stopped going to school when he was like 8 years old. And this period from 8 until 13, actually like 5 years.
There were certain steps everybody who was living back then supposed to take, like apply, then check your number, then come back to get the decision, long lines, and then all kind of stuff. And they stripped us of Soviet Union citizenship, gave us some type of exit visa. First of all, we were younger. 15 years, 16 years makes a big difference. It's Russian say that it's hard to relocate, replant all trees. You can't replant all trees. Jewish Family Service gave us a volunteer, Russian-speaking woman, and she helped us to apply for everything like Social Security, get through first physical, find doctors.
Going to school like in America, that was such a big deal for me.
It was like miracle for me when come bus with equipment, they take him at school, and he every day come by, bring him home. He can go to movie, concerts, store, everywhere.
We left for every serious hurricane threatening New Orleans area, but this hurricane not supposed to go to New Orleans at all. It just changed course during Friday morning, and Friday afternoon I realized maybe 2 hours ahead of the time that it's coming here. We stayed in Houston in a hotel. Monday in the morning, Monday 29th, a hurricane passed New Orleans area. On TV they showed that nothing really happened, and
a couple hours later, we're starting to see reports of the levees breaking. Later, they, we heard on the news that they've opened up the city, and you can only come for like the day. You can't stay overnight because there was a curfew.
when we came back to house, we had just window opportunity for 2 or 3 hours. That's all. We saw that mold everywhere, wet rugs on the floor, some furniture disintegrated.
In house, smell was so bad that you want to go outside. I can see actually what I want to take because it was really not good. Most difficult part for me was when I left New Orleans. It's that I left the grave of my mother, and I actually couldn't visit this grave because cemetery was under the water, and when water gone, it was like toxic waste over there, and I couldn't actually say bye.
When it happened in New Orleans, my first thought was that they should come to San Francisco, and Jewish Family will help them, that's for sure.
Coming here, like you were sort of back in the position where you needed help, or, it was just kind of, it was a weird transition because you were just so used to being in a position where you were actually helping others, and then to be sort of on the receiving end again was kind of a hard thing. But at the same time, you're grateful, I don't want to sound ungrateful, but it was just a hard transition.
Jewish Family Service, I spoke with them from New Orleans on the phone before the whole moving process started. We knew that it's going to be nice people who gave us a lot of support, help us with advice, help to Tanya find a job, help Marina find new friends, help us pay rent for a certain period of time, and help apply for Anatoly programs.
Anatoly is somebody with whom you can sit, talk, laugh, and you don't think for a moment that you're dealing with a person who has to endure this very serious disability, muscular dystrophy. You just think that here's a young man who's interested in things, he's open-minded, and again, extremely pleasant to be with.
It changed their life. It's not words, it's not something, oh, it sounds great, change somebody's life. It really changed their lives.
Alex soon began giving back to JFCS by translating health articles from English into Russian for JFCS L'chaim clients.
We're really thankful for all help we got from Jewish Family Service people. Everybody who worked with us were real nice and helpful.
Tatiana was very eager to find a job as soon as possible, so the family could become self-sufficient, and the agency was able to help her find a job.
Tatiana's company had career day at work. They invited high school students.
In general, she gave a pep talk to the students that they should persevere in their studies and take advantage of the opportunities, and then they'll be able to succeed as well.
Marina is a very energetic young woman. So I introduced her to the 79ers.
The 79ers do all sorts of events. We have Shabbat dinners. We celebrate the Jewish holidays. She just relocated from her hometown, and she came here and she didn't know anyone, and it was just plugging her into an instant community.
Marina participated in deliver food to senior citizens with other members of the volunteers from Jewish Family and Children's Service. We think back to like my grandparents and the World War II generation, because in Russia it was a terrible time, and compared to things they had, bad things that happened to them, our stuff is really nothing.
Despite all obstacles in their lives, they live life of happy people. That's the story. They are happy people.
Biggest lesson I learned is treat everything with humor. That's the biggest thing I learned from my parents, and it works.